Amethi saw a big war of words today. The Union Cabinet Minister Smriti Irani and Congress leader Rahul Gandhi were both in Amethi. Smriti Irani defeated Rahul Gandhi from Amethi in 2019 handsomely. She dared Rahul Gandhi to fight from Amethi today. Now, will Rahul Gandhi contest from Amethi? There is another question. Who will contest from Raebareli? Now, even Sonia Gandhi is out of that place. How well Rahul Gandhi's roadshow was attended. And I am not surprised when Smriti Irani says that I would request him come to Amethi on a Congress symbol and only fight from Amethi. So on this issue, I am joined by Shikha Mukherjee, senior journalist. I'll later be joined by Bhanu and Rajalakshmi Joshi, political analyst. Let me go across to Rajalakshmi Joshi. I would say the sort of challenge which Smriti has thrown, I think Rahul will have to respond to it verbally or non-verbally. Response has to come.
Yes, definitely. A very good evening to all your viewers. And, this is a very interesting turn of events where, the present MP and the previous one also, they're both there at the same time. So they're both at Amethi, and you can see the difference in the kind of response to both of them. And, it's very interesting that till 2014, the Bharatiya Janata Party used to get, say, maybe around 30,000 votes. And, interestingly, Smriti Irani ji apparently was not even a very well-known figure in Amethi at that time, because they didn't have access to television, they didn't have access to electricity. I mean, that is how things were. And just imagine that she lost those elections, she lost the election at that time. But then she went back, she stayed over, she spent a lot of time in Amethi and she made it her base. And in 2019, she was back with a complete bang. And today the situation is that, she is giving an open challenge to Mr. Rahul Gandhi, saying that if you have the guts, then why don't you contest only from Amethi and we will see how it goes. And I don't think that Mr. Rahul Gandhi will be able to do that. Because if you look at it, that, even whether it may be in Amethi or even in the adjoining Raebareli, even in the Vidhan Sabha, if you look at the elections, the Congress has almost completely lost their hold on both these constituencies. So, it is a very telling state of affairs for how badly the Congress has been treating both these constituencies, which were at one time a very big stronghold. So the people who have actually, come up from Amethi and Raebareli, they speak about a time when, say, maybe during the time of...
Point noted, Rajalakshmi, you are saying basically that Rahul Gandhi will need to respond. I mean to say it's not a small dare for Smriti to very categorically say that if he wants to come, he can fight me, but let him only fight me from Amethi. It's not a small dare, because Raebareli is also bereft of any Gandhi today, and it's also a complicated constituency. I've been there. It's even more complicated than Amethi today.
The challenger, Smriti Irani, is doing what she must and ought to do. It is up to Rahul now to decide, or rather the Congress to make a decision on whether it would actually want to take on something which would be risky, and there's no doubt about it that it is risky. UP is risky for the Congress.
Rahul has not been to his constituency. This is, I think, the fifth time in last 4.5 or 5 years, now we have Lok Sabha elections, that he has come to Amethi to address a rally or to pass through Amethi, but he hasn't been there.
In other words, you're saying that Amethi is not his constituency and he hasn't nursed it.
Amethi was his constituency. He lost once, but he didn't go back.
An MP nurses his constituency. That's the contention. Wayanad is Rahul Gandhi's constituency, which he is nursing, which he has visited multiple times and does so several times a year. Amethi he has not visited. And Amethi clearly is no longer his constituency. He has signaled that.
if Rahul Gandhi does not contest from Amethi and Priyanka doesn't say what she wants to do because she has been absent from political scene for last 45 days, first time after independence, you will have no Gandhi representation or no Gandhi fighting from Uttar Pradesh. It will be historic.
Rahul Gandhi hasn't nurtured the constituency which he should have, given that UP was their weakest state.
It is the right of the constituents to. It is the right of the constituents to get angry with the leaders. You know, in this case, the reverse has happened. You know, it's as if the leader is around with his constituents. You know, it's not if he won this constituency for the first time. One, it was a family borough. Second, he won it in 2004. He won the constituency in 2009. He won the constituency in 2014. 3 बार से आप थे, 3 बार से.
In 2014, even though Smriti Irani lost, okay, she actually nurtured the constituency for 5 years after that. And the previous speaker was saying that Rahul Gandhi is visiting Wayanad quite a bit, which is not true. I mean, there is growing resentment in Wayanad about his lack of visits.
What makes Smriti Irani ticks? What makes her formidable? What makes her a different person in Bharatiya Janata Party? What made Smriti Irani take on Rahul Gandhi? Why she won?
She is an extremely audacious and eloquent speaker, perhaps one of the best I've ever seen and interacted with. She is never shy of a challenge. That is the reason, that is the way she has risen through ranks. You know, there are many people who are uncomfortable with her rapid rise, but she has proven every single time. In 2019, she was the giant killer. And irrespective of the dare, irrespective of the challenge, irrespective of the taunt or the jibes which will keep on coming his way by Smriti Irani, because she knows how to work up, her opponents, Rahul Gandhi must fight both from Amethi and Wayanad. You know, it is just mirroring what Prime Minister Narendra Modi did, that he fought from Gujarat, but he also fought from Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh, because you cannot resurrect your political future without making yourself a force in Uttar Pradesh.
So, the larger issue here is, what will Rahul Gandhi do? Let me go across to Rajalakshmi Joshi. Do you think Rahul Gandhi will contest from Lok Sabha, from Amethi constituency? 1 minute to you.
I don't think so, because he doesn't seem to have prepared ground at all. See, it is not just about him visiting there as his constituency. Okay, he is not expected to be visiting there as his constituency, but today he is taking a yatra so as to probably lead the Congress party. So, but then what is his contribution towards ensuring that any seats are won in Uttar Pradesh? So, leave alone Amethi and Raebareli, and leave alone Mr. Rahul Gandhi. What about the rest of the Gandhi Parivar? What about the rest of the Congress leaders? They seem to have completely ignored Amethi and Raebareli, and they
that's very interesting. I know in a very short time you have said it. Shikha, even Priyanka has been absent. Now, that's a very important point you made, Rajalakshmi. Priyanka has been absent. She has been absent from the national stage for last 45 days. She has not attended any part of the Bharat Jodo Yatra. The grapevine or the talk is that there is great difference of opinion on certain issues which have not come out. So, Shikha, my question to you is, in this case, when Sonia Gandhi has shifted to Rajasthan, there is no clarity on Priyanka, and Rahul Gandhi's candidature for Amethi is unknown to everyone, including media. Do you think is a right message from the, I don't use the word first family, the most important constituent of the Congress party, to vacate Uttar Pradesh like that?
If I were looking at it not in sentimental or emotional terms, then I would say yes, because this is a fight in Uttar Pradesh where it's going to be very difficult for the Congress to win. And it's going to be a very, very tough fight for for even the Samajwadi Party. Why would any party which has very limited resources and a very weak base want to concentrate its efforts, because it will require a huge amount of effort, not only on the part of Rahul Gandhi, but on the part of the entire Congress party, to make a significant presence, to create a significant presence in Uttar Pradesh,
Is this sentimentality?
I would say that, I agree with most of the points of Shikha that, post Ram Mandir inauguration, Congress on weak wicket. But if you look at it pragmatically, despite that, knowing fully well that they are almost a spent force in Uttar Pradesh, still they are needling Akhilesh Yadav for, he has offered him 17 seats, still they are needling Akhilesh Yadav for 5 more and jeopardizing the entire power equation in Uttar Pradesh. So one side, you understand and expect that, we are a spent force, we have limited resource, we cannot overexert ourselves, and simultaneously, you are also not willing to cede second spot to your bigger regional ally.
I think Rajalakshmi Joshi wants to say something.
Yes, you cannot ignore this Hindi heartland that, the Congress party seems to keep ridiculing all the time. Like in the recent past, they have made a lot of all these comments. Whereas, the maximum number of seats actually come from the Hindi heartland. And most of these places are where the Congress is in a direct contest with the BJP. So that is where the Congress should be focusing the most. Because in the rest of the states, there are a lot of other regional players. And if you look at the India Alliance, most of them are not even willing to give them the number of seats that they are looking for. So the Hindi heartland is where they should have been focusing. And especially considering that there is this sentiment because of the Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha, they should have actually doubled the efforts. Whereas if they are actually reducing it with this logic that they have actually almost lost the war, then I think that is a reason why they're completely almost out of the game. So they are going to have to contest around, say, 300 seats in the entire country, but most of it will have to be in the Hindi heartland. And without winning a substantial number of seats in the Hindi heartland, they cannot do anything in the rest of the states as well. So that is not actually going to help in creating any kind of a trouble for the BJP. So I think they don't have the strategy right in place.
No, I think more than the strategy, I think the luck is also not in place. With Gandhi's not in Amethi and Raebareli, it's like end of the road for them in Uttar Pradesh.
Well, it looks like that. And Karthikeya, this is not a recent phenomena. If you look at last 2 years also, if you factor in last 2 years also.
And I'm not factoring Priyanka.
I agree. I'm not counting her as well. Now you have made Ajay Rai as the state party president, who takes on Akhilesh Yadav, who has a proven track record, is the biggest regional leader. The problem is that Gandhis have abdicated Uttar Pradesh 5 years back.
Correct.
And if you want to analyze it in the last 48 hours, 72 hours,
Perfect.
No, they have abdicated Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh is just paying them back for the abdication.
Okay, I think that's wonderfully summed up. I really don't need to say anything.